Hi you guys, I'm going to make a very quick video on my views and thoughts on the new Samsung Galaxy 8.0 that's been released at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. Now this device, the new Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0, is going to be going head to head with the Nexus 7, which we've got in front of us, and also it's going to be competing with the iPad mini. My views at the moment, there's some negative press around the 8.0. I think a lot of people are going to open that the specification would be higher, and obviously a different processor, maybe different screen resolution, etc, etc. But I think, to be honest, my personal view, when the Samsung's Galaxy 8.0 comes out, it's going to be quite a successful device. Purely with the S Pen, it's in my mind, it just seems to be the perfect size. It's still usable. It's still very portable. What I find with the Nexus 7 is that the real estate is just a touch on the small side. Very, very usable, but I find myself using it sometimes thinking I wish it was just a touch bigger. And certainly when the iPad mini came out and there was screenshots with the screen size of the iPad mini alongside the Nexus 7, you could really see the size difference. Although the iPad mini is a 4.3 ratio, you could see the difference in screen size and real estate. Now what I find myself doing is using my Note 2 a lot more than I use the Nexus 7. The reason for this, the Note 2, the processor, the Exynos 1.6 processor on the Note 2, which is the same as the Note 8.0 that's coming out, is a lot more fluid, it's a lot faster. What I find on the Nexus 7 at times, doing general scrolling, these are two pages that I've got cached at the moment, they both scroll quite well, but it's just a bit smoother on the Note 2 using the Exynos processor. And what I find, maybe it's down to the 1 gig of RAM that's in the Note 7, I think there's going to be a big difference in usability. For people who've used obviously iOS devices and coming over to Android, the first thing they want is a device that uses the same has the same fluidity, I should say, as an iOS device. I think, to be honest, Samsung have got pretty close to it with their Note 2 and their S3. The Note 2, in my mind, a lot better than the S3. Again, I put this down to the 2 GB RAM. What I will show you for a quick demo on this, we'll go back to the home screen and we'll use the stock launcher on the Nexus, and we'll go to a home screen there, and we'll do the same. We'll go back to a home screen on the Note 2. Now this is just showing you the processing speed, now how the two work together, and it's going to give you a rough idea how the processing speed of the Note 8, bearing in mind the internals of the Note 8 are exactly the same as Note 2, is going to work compared to the Nexus 7. So what we'll do first, we'll go into all-in-one toolbox on, turn up the right way up, it'll be a bit better. We'll go in the all-in-one toolbox on the Nexus 7 and we'll give it a quick boost. We'll get as much RAM as we can. That's boosted up to 41% of free RAM. And we'll go over, there's no background in apps, so we'll just check it again, kill again, we'll go home, and we'll use the stock launcher again. We'll just go once there. And on the Note 2, we'll do the same again, we'll get rid of multitasking background in apps, and we'll also clear as much RAM as we can, clear memory. And one of the things I've noticed more than anything else on the Nexus 7 is certain applications or certain things opening really, really slow. And I'll give you a quick demonstration, and this should probably be, well, it will be the same on the Note 8.0 because obviously the processor is going to be the same. So we open settings on the Nexus 7 and we do the same on the Note 2, same sort of thing. We'll use the top drop down, and what we want to do on both of them, we'll open the application manager. Now the application manager lets you uninstall apps and it gives you an idea of what's default and what isn't, etc, etc. It's the same on both devices, bit of a different skin on the Note 2. So if we click on the application manager 1, 2, 3, and you can see straight away on the Note 2 it was probably twice as fast as on the Nexus 7. Now whether it's down to RAM, whether it's down to the UI or the interface that's on the Note 2, I don't know, but it's certainly a lot of things on the Note 2 are way, way quicker than on the Nexus 7, comparing to quad-core processors. Now I know the processor on the Note 2 is a 1.6 quad-core, 1.3 on the Nexus, but definitely a lot smoother on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Now other processors that have the sort of power that the Note 2 has got I find they still don't compete alongside what Samsung has done with their overlay, the skin and all the rest of it. I think Samsung have, in a lot of ways, tried to compete with Apple and used a lot of their things in as much as the way you perceive the device, now the device works, or the UI on the device, it feels very Apple-esque. Now, some ways that's the way things go. From Apple's point of view, obviously, they've got it down as copying to a large extent, and a lot of things you see on Samsung are Apple-esque, but at the end of the day, it's about the user experience and what you get out of the device, and to my mind, at the moment, the Note 2 is probably one of the best devices out there. Likewise, if we go back to the home screen, and if I go to Apex, which I tend to use on here, and we go just once on there, when you're getting the scrolling transitions through the home screen on the Note 2, very, very smooth. If you put Apex on your Nexus 7, you get the same sort of transitions effects going from screen to screen. But what I do find on the Nexus, that RAM gets pretty chomped away, and it gets used up pretty quick. If you're doing some multitasking, or you're doing very heavy web pages, maybe a bit of flash on there, they tend to slow down and stutter a bit. Now, one of the things that I will see the new Note 8.0 taking a big lead over, and it's done the same on the Note 2, is the fact that when you use an on-the-go cable on the Note 2 and you plug it into the bottom, any peripherals that you plug into the Note 2 immediately show up, and a file system comes up on the screen without you actually doing anything. It's all automatic. So you plug a on-the-go cable into the Note 2, you plug a 1 terabit hard drive into the Note 2, and straight away you get a drop-down menu comes down from the top, and it'll have your USB drive, your SD card, and all your different drives, and you can drag and drop stuff around quite easily. Now, there are options to do it on the Nexus 7. There aren't options to do it on the iPad mini. On the Nexus 7, there's a media importer, and what it basically means is it is a media importer. You can only take things one way. You can't use it to move files around from one place to another. It's basically plugged in through your on-the-go cable. You can put a pen drive in it, and then you can watch, say, a film off the pen drive. You can import media off the pen drive onto your tablet, but you can't take media from your Nexus 7 back onto your pen drive or your hard drive, which you can do on the Note 2 and obviously the Note 8. Another thing, the S Pen on the Note 8 is going to be invaluable to students. The size of it's going to be perfect for taking notes, doing term work, class work, etc., etc. So all in all, I think the specifications of the Note 8.0 are in line with the technology that's around at the moment, and they're adequate for what is needed on that particular device. Now, again, as I said at the beginning of the video, it all depends on price point. If the Wi-Fi version competes directly with the Nexus 7, I think, just like the Galaxy S3 and the Note 2, it'll sell in shed loads. There'll be no doubt about that. It's going to be down to the price point. There's a lot been said about the phone capabilities of the Note 8. For me, I just wouldn't go down that route. I'd be looking to buy the Wi-Fi version for a tablet that I would use and maybe tether to my Note 2 or another device. I can't see the point of having two SIM cards or two contracts. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. Likewise, I can't see the point of having a Bluetooth headset and walking around with a Note 8.0 in a backpack or cargo pants or whatever. So there are a few of my views at the moment. I think it's going to be another stellar device from Samsung. I think it's going to outsell the Note 10.1 in bucket loads, and I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised when it comes out. The resolution is going to be fine. The reader option on it for reading ebooks is going to be a fantastic thing, and I think once the reviews start flowing, I think this device is going to be the device to have in the mid-size market. It's going to be the right size screen, just a bit more real estate than the 7-inch, and I think it's going to be perfect all round. So I'll leave you with my thoughts. Please leave comments below. Let me know your thoughts and what you think about the videos that have been released about the Note 8.0 at the moment. And as soon as I get a review model, I'll get some videos out to you. Thanks for watching.